So today we will take the acceleration analysis of mechanisms. Can you increase the volume? So acceleration analysis. So we have found that the acceleration is the derivative of velocity then velocity is a derivative of displacement. So when we come to the analysis, we have done the position analysis, then we have finished the velocity analysis. Now we have to do the acceleration analysis. So some of the points that you can remember about the displacement and the velocity. Displacement and velocity will be in the same direction. If you say the displacement vector is in one particular direction, the derivative of it, the velocity will also be in the same direction. But the acceleration need not be in the direction of the velocity. So that is the unique feature of it. The acceleration can be in the same direction, or it can be in some other perpendicular direction, or it can be even in the opposite direction. So that is the uniqueness of the acceleration. So one we can say is the displacement and velocities are in the same direction, but acceleration need not be in the same direction of the velocity vector. It can be even in opposite direction or perpendicular direction. But there is another quantity which will always be along the direction of the acceleration is the force. Force and acceleration will be in the same direction. Displacement and velocity will be in the same direction. So that is the unique feature of the velocity and the acceleration. So it is for human senses, we can always see the velocity. You can see your eyes, something is displacing with respect to time. Whereas the acceleration, you cannot see with your eyes. So there the problem comes about the perception of acceleration. But with your eyes you can see the velocity and displacement, but not the acceleration. If you close your eyes, you may not be able to sense the velocity. Suppose you are in a plane which is moving, cruising at a constant velocity. If you close your eyes, you may not be able to recognize that it is moving at all. Whereas our body, human body is sensitive to, or it can sense acceleration. So you have the sensors in the inner ear, they can sense the acceleration. So even if you are in an airplane where you cannot see outside, or you are in a train where it is an air conditioned coach, you cannot see outside in the night, still the acceleration of the train you can feel. So that is the certain introduction of the acceleration. When it comes to the acceleration, as I said, it is the derivative of the velocity. So we have seen that vector rp is p times e power j theta. So d of rp by dt is given by dp by dt e power j theta plus p times j omega e power j theta. So j omega p times e power j theta. So for acceleration, it will be d square rp by dt square. So you have to differentiate this once again. So that will be d square p by dt square e power j theta plus dp by dt into e power j theta will be j omega e power j theta plus you will have this term, that is dj of d omega by dt p e power j theta plus you have j times omega dp by dt e power j theta plus j times omega p j omega e power j theta. So you have several terms coming. We will see whether there are similar terms where you can combine. So you can see this j omega e power j theta. So here it is j square, and let us see d square p by dt square e power j theta, that is one term. Then you have here dp by dt is there, j omega e power j theta. So you have two times j omega, then dp by dt e power j theta. So that the term, so we have selected this term, and this term. So plus you have here d omega by dt, j times d omega by dt is alpha times p e power j theta plus you have here minus omega square times p e power j theta. So we have these acceleration terms coming in. So you can see this one term, second, 3 and 4 terms. So the acceleration, general acceleration of a point will have 4 terms. So they have definitely certain names that you know. This term is minus of omega square p e power j theta. So r omega square, r it is like a position vector, r omega square, this is the centripetal acceleration. Then this is alpha, that is the change in the magnitude of angular acceleration. So this is your tangential acceleration, this is the centripetal acceleration. This is due to the change in the magnitude of the vector. So we can take that as the magnitude change due to the change in the magnitude of the vector, and this term is 2 times j omega dp by dt e power j theta. So this term is called Coriolis acceleration. So these are the 4 terms that comes in the acceleration. In 4-bar linkages, we will see so only certain terms will be applicable. Only in special case where you have a moving link in a rotating frame, you will have all the 4 terms coming in. We'll stop. So we have 4 terms of this acceleration. You can see that in a 4-bar mechanism, the position vector's magnitude, this is a point P, this is a magnitude, that magnitude is not going to change with respect to time because the length of the linkages are all fixed. So what you will see is this dp is not going to change, so this term will be eliminated. Then again you see that since the dp itself is 0, so this term also will be eliminated. So we will have only 2 terms which are in essentially which will come. One is the tangential acceleration, another is the centripetal acceleration. Only if you have a situation where a block is moving in a rotating frame where the direction itself will change, then magnitude itself is changed. These two terms, that is the Coriolis terms, and this term I think is called Euler acceleration. These two will come. Now we will see the graphical acceleration analysis. So in the graphical acceleration analysis, you have a 4-bar mechanism you can take. So this is point A and this is point E. This is the magnitude A, B, C and D. So the graphical position analysis, the acceleration analysis, the input link can have acceleration or it need not have acceleration. The input link will be having an angular velocity omega 2. It can have alpha 2 or it need not have. In acceleration analysis, you have to find out what is alpha 3 and alpha 4. These are the two things that you have to find out. So when it comes to the acceleration analysis, you know you can start with a point that is O2 double dash and O4 double dash. So that is the zero acceleration point. So what we will do is we are taking the acceleration of a point A. So that will have a normal component and a tangential component. Normal component will be having a minus sign, so it will be opposite to this position vector, and will have a magnitude of omega square times p. Then this is the acceleration component of the A, which is a normal. You can say AAN. Then we have the tangential component that will be here. So depending on alpha, the alpha is here. So you can, this will be the tangential component, AAT. So the combination of these two, the vector combination of these two will be the acceleration of A, which has the normal component and the tangential component. As we have seen that it will have two components. Now the next point for B, for point B it will be having an acceleration with respect to A, or it can have a acceleration with respect to O4. So acceleration of B with respect to A will have a normal component as well as tangential component. So normal component is known, so this is your A double dash. Normal component is known, it will be along this direction. The magnitude is given by this position vector times omega 3 square, so that is known. So I can draw the normal component of this, that will be in this direction. Acceleration of B with respect to A, the normal component. What about the tangential component? Tangential component will be perpendicular to it, but we do not know the magnitude except the direction. So I just draw a line perpendicular to it and leave it. Then the acceleration of B with respect to O4, it starts from here. That will have a normal component along this direction, that is known. So that magnitude I can draw. This is acceleration of B, normal component. Then acceleration of B, the tangential component of acceleration of B with respect to O4, that will be perpendicular to it. So I have to draw a perpendicular line. So these two lines meets here, that will be my point B. So this thing will be acceleration of B with respect to A, this will be acceleration of B with respect to A tangential component. That is how we find it, the acceleration diagrams. I think